Hey guys, welcome back to another Helix video. This is a follow-up video. I previously done a demonstration video of this patch I made based on the Cartographer amp model. So I'll have a link to that video. If you just want to hear what this patch sounds like, go check that out. This video is going to kind of go through how this patch was built. I had some requests to do kind of a walkthrough of what's involved in this patch and all that good stuff and how it's all working together. So obviously is based on the Cartographer amp model. This is a new amp for version 2.3 firmware. Amazing amp model. It's super versatile, can go from clean to dirty very easily and just cover a lot of ground. So as you can see, these parameters that are bracketed off in white, I have assigned to a foot switch, and what this is doing is adjusting gain and EQ and some volume settings. So essentially this acts as a clean and dirty channel, right? So let me give you some quick example of that. Here's the clean sound. All right, here's the dirty sound. So it's really, like I said, covers a lot of ground. It sounds great and doing so many different things. Love this amp model. Moving from the amp into the cab section, I basically have like a parallel cab set up here. The top one is an actual cab block. It's a dual cab block using the 2x12 interstate and the 4x12 with greenbacks. I've got a 57 dynamic and a 121 ribbon on these cabs. Kind of doing my standard low cut, high cut. Generally speaking, I use anywhere from 80 to 90 hertz cut on the low, anywhere from 10 to 12, 13K on the high. Just adjust to taste, whatever works for you. Now this bottom block is actually a parametric equalizer. Chad Boston, that's the moderator of the Facebook group, put out this a series of patches using, instead of a cabinet block, it actually just uses a parametric EQ to simulate a cabinet. And what I found, a couple videos back, I did kind of some testing with this, and what I found was I really like running it in conjunction with a regular cab block. So I found running them in parallel just really fills out the sound. So you know, the amp hits this split, goes through the cab and the equalizer, and then merges back here before going to path 2A. So like I said, play around with this, not just this patch, but if you want to copy these settings into some patches you already have and try running this parallel setup, it's really cool and it really does fill out the sound nicely. So anyway, we'll start back at the front of the chain. I have the Kinky Comp, which is a compressor, and it's new to this firmware as well. You know, it's basically just adding a little bit of light compression. You're going to hear a little bit of that squeeze that a compressor gives you, and it kind of just tightens things up a little bit. Here's what that sounds like. So without, with, definitely the effect is there. It's a little, it's, I don't know, mildly subtle. It's definitely, you can hear it in there, but it's not, you know, knock you over the head compression. So from there, I'm going to come back to this one, but I also have a Kinky Boost in there. Not a whole lot of drive. The boost is off, the bright is on. This is going to give you kind of some mild gain, like an edge of breakup sound when it's on the clean setting. Just pushes the amp a little bit harder, and then in conjunction with the compressors, it drives the amp a little bit. And here's what that sounds like. So it's not really distorted per se, but it's got that little bit of breakup, a little bit of edge to it. Little, you know, very lively, very, you know, just kind of brings it alive. So if you're doing some kind of light rhythm work, it's pretty cool. Going back one in the chain, I'm going to turn the Kinky Boost off for a second. I've got the Hedgehog D9. This is set up, I'm driving it pretty hard with the level, but the gain is really low. So it's mainly, again, it's just pushing the front of the amp. It's not really adding as much distortion as it is just, I mean, it is adding distortion, but it's doing so by really pushing the front of the amp. So to me, this is just a really great bluesy sounding distortion box in the vein. Think of like a Tube Screamer, but a little more aggressive, and I like the attack that this adds. So here's what it sounds like. Just kind of a nice, kind of just nasty. Just I like it. I really like that sound. Combined with the boost, to just give it a little more push. If you want just a little more. Next, I did throw a fuzz on there. This is the Thrifter fuzz, which is new to this firmware. This is what the fuzz sounds like on its own. So it's pretty fuzzy. It's pretty cool effect. Throw a boost on with it, and if you want a little more, it's kind of a little noisy, but if you want a little more action out of it, here it is with the boost. So anyway, pretty cool fuzz pedal there. So that's everything happening before the amp. Before I switch over to the drive, or the dirty channel, if you will, I'm just going to talk really quickly about what's going on post effects. I have a noise gate here for obvious reasons. This is the Bleat Chop Trem. This is based off a pedal called the Goat Keeper. This is new to version 2.3 as well. I recommend going and checking out some YouTube videos on that pedal. It's really pretty. It's pretty deep as far as what it can do. You have basically 4 different steps of tremolo, and you can change the offset. It gets kind of. Just go watch videos on this pedal. I can't really go in depth on explaining it because it's kind of new to me, but it's pretty cool anyway. So here's kind of how I have it set up. So because there are multiple steps, it's not just a straight tremolo. So there's a lot of kind of, you can get kind of creative with this and play around with these and kind of get some new, interesting, and different sounds. I'm going to go ahead. Basically, let me show this first. This is just a Memory Man delay. Yeah, just kind of medium repeats, medium mix, just kind of for having on if you want to play leads with it. Just kind of add some air to it. This delay is the new Cosmos delay based on the Roland Space Echo, or yeah, I think it's called Space Echo. It just has a little more, it's hard to kind of describe. I always struggle to find words to describe sound, but just a little more to it. You've got the wow and flutter, and you have the headroom setting, so you can kind of go from really kind of crunchy, dirty to more clean delays, and it just has nice ambience to it. But anyway, enough of me poorly describing this effect, and let me just play a little bit of it for you and let you hear what it sounds like. So you hear in the trails, this definitely has a whole different kind of life of its own. It's a really cool delay pedal. At the end here, I have a particle and an octaverb running in parallel, and I have one foot switch assigned to turn both of those on. So this is just really if you want to get more of an ambient kind of sound. So I don't have them overwhelmingly high in the mix, but if you say combine that with the Cosmos delay. So there you go. Kind of if you want that spacey sound, that's what should do it for you. Just a little room reverb at the end. Nothing too exotic or exciting there, just to kind of give it some air. That's pretty much the patch. So let me go back now, and I'm going to flip over to the overdrive channel, or the dirty channel. Kick on a delay and a boost, and here's what that sounds like. Just a really good crunchy, drive lead sound there. If you kick on, if you want to get really, really, really dirty, kick on the fuzz with all this already on. See, it just sustains for days with that turned on. So that's a pretty cool sound if you want to go for that. So anyway, that's the patch. Again, if you want to see the other video, I do a little more playing and no talking. So there's that if you want to check that out. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. The patch you can find the link in the description to download the patch. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you have any feedback, questions, or anything you'd like to see me do in the future on the Helix. As always, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. See you next time.